a heavily armed gang has stormed into a hospital in Haiti, taking hundreds of women and children, including newborn babies, hostages. And one can only think that this is right out of the Hamas playbook, that Hamas has taught a lesson to terrorists and thugs around the world who've seemingly taken notes from the October 7th attack on Israeli civilians. According to the founder of the Fontaine Hospital Center in Port-au-Prince, something called the Brooklyn Gang stormed into the medical center and has taken many patients hostage. The hospital is located in an area of the Haitian capital known to be overrun by gangs who routinely rape, beat, and kill civilians. But a hospital? After all, this is all taking place as many in the world are seemingly ignoring Hamas's atrocities and instead focusing on what Hamas claims made them kidnap, rape, and kill. Maybe these gangs may hope to do the same. This, as there is more international confirmation tonight that Hamas has used the Al-Shifa hospital in Gaza as a cover for Hamas tunnels built underneath to execute their terrorist operations before Israeli forces recently took over. But still, so many not blaming Hamas, instead blaming Israel. Could that work in Haiti? And more importantly, will other terror groups start to use this technique as well? Joining us now is Dan O'Shea, retired Navy SEAL commander and coordinator for the hostage working group in Iraq. Thanks very much for coming on the program. Appreciate it. Are you worried that there are going to be terror groups who are going to see the success of Hamas's operation and say, hey, that's a good idea, let's try and do that?
Absolutely. I've seen it many times, going back 20 years. This pattern of hostage terrorism that was very effective in Iraq, and now Hamas is spreading around the world. Hamas kidnapped over 200 innocent non-combatants, grandparents, and children, and within 24 hours, the world was turning against them, not putting the spotlight on what Hamas did itself. So, of course, terrorist organizations, criminal groups like this Brooklyn group in Haiti feels they can do the same because it's effective, and it's why it's going to spread.
Now, I know there have been a lot of problems in Haiti, right? There's a lot of problems with kidnapping, et cetera. And there are issues like this around the world. But a hospital, I mean, is that unusual to see that being the staging ground? Because, again, it reminds me of Hamas. It reminds me of Hamas building tunnels under a hospital. It reminds me of the taking of women and babies as hostages, et cetera.
Simply look at the world. Look at the revulsion against Israel going around. There's more support globally for Hamas, if you want to be honest. And therefore, why wouldn't an organization like the Brooklyn Gang target a hospital and take innocent nurses, doctors, patients themselves, including children, hostage? Because it worked for Hamas, it's going to work for the Brooklyn Gang itself.
Real quick, any way to negotiate with a group like this?
Very challenging. You know, I'm a SEAL. We don't negotiate with terrorists, and that's the solution why we do hostage rescue missions. But the reality is negotiation and money is what all these groups generally want, especially the criminal groups. But it's a fine line now between terrorists and criminal organizations who will spread a message of terror and murder if it serves their end state.
Dan O'Shea, thanks for your time. Thanks for your service. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Go to NewsNationNow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.